Our heating and cooling system is one of the most important and costliest systems in the house, so we need to take good care of it. We're going to run through some furnace troubleshooting today, as well as general maintenance tips. And we're going to hear all about it from Rob Wenzel from Novak Heating and Cooling. Nice to have you here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, let's run through some scenarios, and you can tell us what you would advise us to do, and then we'll talk about general maintenance.
Sounds great.
All right, my first scenario is kind of the worst one you can imagine. Let's say that it's snowy and stormy and cold outside, and you wake up at 2 in the morning and your furnace obviously is not running.
Yeah.
Then what does someone do in that situation?
Not a great situation at all. So first thing I would do is go check your thermostat. If it's set to 70 degrees and it's only 65 in the house, something's going on. Probably need to dig into it a little bit further. So what I would do is I would go down to your furnace and check and see if you can determine if there's something else happening here. Newer furnaces often have like a diagnostic LED code right down here, and if that's blinking, that's telling you that there's an issue that could be going on. If it were me, I would write that down just in case you need to give that to a technician later. But the next step you could take is you could try cycling the power on and off on the furnace. Usually there's a switch next to the furnace. You can turn that off, give it about 30 seconds and turn it back on. And at that point, you should be able to see if it's going to come back and start running again.
Okay, here's my next scenario. I'm standing by the vent and the air doesn't seem to be coming out very strong. It's a weak flow, and it's not moving the way that it should be. What would I do in that case?
Sure, so that could be a couple of different things. Could be your air filter might be getting a little dirty over time. It's good to change those regularly, but you could go down and check that, and you want to shut your furnace off again before you pull that out. Pull that out and check it over and see if it looks dirty or not. And then you can at that point throw a new one in and let it go. You want to make sure you keep a filter in there.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
That's probably something that should be on the maintenance list, right? Is
Absolutely.
always having one available.
Yeah, always have a backup. You don't want to run the system without it, because otherwise dirt and debris is going to get inside the vital components here and could create a larger issue for you.
Okay. My next scenario is when it cycles on, when it ramps up, there's a squealing noise. What does a squealing noise mean?
Yeah, so I mean, furnaces create a lot of noises just from general operation. Metal ductwork expands and contracts. It's common to hear a little ting or pop from the ductwork. But if you're starting to hear like a grinding noise or a squealing noise, especially coming from the furnace, that's something you'd want to have a technician take a closer look at.
All right. And my last scenario is I am watching TV, say, and my furnace keeps cycling on and off and on and on, or it doesn't turn off at all. What does that mean?
Sure. It could be a couple factors that could create that. Your thermostat could be set to on, so it's just running that blower all the time instead of auto, which is just going to cycle it during the heat cycle. If it's short cycling, that could be an issue it's more involved on the internal components of the furnace. Again, could be the filter as well too. I'd also check your filter.
Okay. Now let's shift to general maintenance. What tips can you give us?
Yeah, so the big one is making sure your filter is staying clean, keeping that on a routine schedule. You want to also make sure your PVC pipes outside, if they're clear and free of debris that could clog it. In the wintertime, sometimes you can get a drift that could cover those up. You want to make sure those stay clear. Outside of that, just routine maintenance from a professional where we can actually get inside the unit. We go through the heat exchanger, we check all the internal components, we're going to make sure everything's operating properly.
Now, is that a yearly appointment I should make, or is that seasonal?
So we do the heating one in the wintertime and the cooling one in the summertime. So twice a year we want to do an air conditioner check and a furnace check.
Okay, and it probably pays to do that early, because I imagine you get booked really fast as soon as the weather approaches.
Yes, we do, especially in the winter and summer.
What are the greatest problems that you see, or the most common issues?
Once we get on site, it just depends on the system, the age, the style, the type. We come across things like flame sensors and igniters. There's a heat exchanger in there that can go bad. We want to check that. Your blower can create issues, it can seize up or slow down over time. There's computer boards inside these that can create issues. But outside of that, the only other thing I could think is also make sure your batteries are changed in your thermostat and those are fresh and making sure that thermostat runs properly.
Those sound like pretty easy things for a homeowner to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, lastly, are there any scenarios in which I should pick up the phone and call a professional immediately?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get beyond the point of checking your filter and cycling the furnace, before you start opening this up and trying to diagnose it yourself at that point, that's the point you really want to have a professional come out and take a look, just so you're safe.
Thanks, Rob. You know what? I feel reassured already. Thanks
great.
for the information.
You're welcome.
For more tips on taking care of your PowerHouse, visit our website, powerhousetv.com.